Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another match reaction. We've just beaten Hull City 2-0 at the MKM Stadium. Changes so much, but we've beaten Hull away, our first away win of the season. It's taken us back to the top of the league, 1 point in front of Norwich. Could life get any better? Well, hopefully it'll get better and better and better. But the Blades are top of the league. It was a very, very convincing 2-0 win today. It wasn't the best game I've ever seen in my life. We didn't play particularly brilliant, but we got the job done. It was a very, very professional performance. And the win is really all that matters, isn't it, Blades? And Hull City fans, also let me know what you thought of the game if you managed to stumble upon this video. So let's start from the 19th minute. I'm going to keep this very, very quick tonight because not a lot happened, to be honest. I'll run through all the talking points, but yeah, it wasn't the most exciting game we've ever seen, and it probably was one of the least exciting games of the season. But who cares? We've won the game 2-0. And yeah, again, it's not like we've only just managed to scrape through. It was pretty convincing, especially when Berge slammed his shot into the corner. And I'm going to take my phone away because it keeps on buzzing. So anyway, let's start from the 19th minute. Ollie McBurnie scores from distance. Who would have thunk it? I don't think I've ever seen Ollie McBurnie score from outside the box, but he certainly did today. The low did really well down the left-hand side. The ball eventually gets played into Ollie McBurnie. He shrugs off his man. He hits a low shot going into the bottom corner. It takes a slight deflection. The keeper is bamboozled by the deflection, and he doesn't manage to keep it out. Now, all I've seen this is from a side angle, and it's very, very tough to figure out why the goalkeeper has not kept this out, because it looked pretty standard to save into that bottom corner. He hit it with some power and he's found the bottom corner. And yes, it's taken deflection. All I can think of is the deflection he's gone down, and the deflections kind of sent it a slightly different way, which deflections normally do. But he's in that corner and he just kind of pushes it into the side netting, which it's not a great showing from Ingram, but Ollie McBurnie puts the Blaze 1-up. 3 goals in 3 games for Ollie McBurnie. He's finally found his shooting boots, and we couldn't be happier. It's the perfect time for it as well, because I've seen a lot of critics, a lot of pundits saying that the only thing that was missing in this Blade side was a striker scoring goals. And we finally got that striker scoring goals. We had Illiman, he was scoring goals, but he is not an out-and-out striker. We know that. He knows that. Everybody knows that. He could be one eventually, but now we've got Ollie McBurnie backfiring. It's nice to see him doing Illiman things, like linking the play, taking defenders on, committing them, and then forcing either them to make a silly mistake in him firing the ball in the back of the net, or finding another man for them to score. So, yeah, it wasn't Illiman's greatest game today, but we will get onto that a little bit later. And only 3 minutes later, Berge rounds the keeper. And I'm thinking, is sort of one-on-one on the angle. The keeper comes really, really far out. And I'm like, just lift it over him. Just lift it over him. Easier said than done, I know. But he goes around him, takes himself way too wide, gets to the byline. There's just no one kind of breaking the necks to get into the box. I think one player did, but there were so many Hull City defenders in there that the ball was always going to get cleared. But Sander did very, very well to get himself into that position in the first place. Yeah, it would have been nice for him to put the ball in the back of the net, and that could have been 2-0 after 22 minutes, and you're thinking, this should be it. But he doesn't. Not the end of the world. 2 minutes later, Max Lowe gets the ball on the left-hand side, plays an absolutely fantastic cross. He lays it into kind of that corridor of uncertainty where the defenders don't want to deal with it. The strikers do want to deal with it. And it's in between the defenders and the goalkeeper, and just nobody there to put the ball in the back of the net. That would have been fantastic, because it was such a great ball from Max Lowe. I said this last time, didn't I? I only ever say his full name, Max Lowe. I never say Lowe. So let's try it. Low played a low cross into the box, and unfortunately, we didn't tap the ball home. 25th minute, the Blades get a corner. The ball is passed into, I think, George Baldock. He runs over it like I'm assuming they've done a million times in training. This is straight off the training ground, but it doesn't end straight off the training ground because, like I said, I think it's George that steps over it. The ball's coming to Norwood. I don't know whether Norwood's not expecting it or he's not in the right position or what, but the ball comes onto Norwood's left foot. He tries to move it onto his right. He's then looking around. What can I do with it? The player, the Hull City player, is bearing down on him, and he's like, I can't have a shot here. Who am I going to play it to? He's thinking too much. He tries to turn it. The ball gets nicked away, and then they are on the break. Estupinian, the player that scored 7 goals this season, is going one-on-one with Wes Foderingham. Now, I've got all the expectations in the world from Wes, but when a striker is going one-on-one like that, more often than not, the striker should put the ball in the back of the net. Max Lowe is sprinting back to try and stop it. I don't know where anybody else was. I don't know why we'd sent so many players forward, because there was only Lowe and Norwood that were kind of the furthest players back, and they are literally on their 18-yard box. So I don't know what happened there, Blades. I really don't know what happened there, but we managed to get away with it because it's Stupinian. I love saying his name. That's a fantastic name. He gets the ball. He's wanting Wes to go down, and Wes is not going down. Wes is literally standing up saying, you're going to have to try and beat me. I'm not going to let you just kind of send me the wrong way and pass it into the corner. And Max Lowe also looked like he was trying to do one of those things where he's like, I'm not going to sprint past you and you're going to take it back past me. I'm going to let you try and make a decision. But it wasn't that. Max Lowe had pulled up. I don't know whether it's his hamstring or something like that, but he came off. And we wish Max all the love in the world. And I thought of love. I couldn't think of any other word. I didn't mean that, but we do. We wish you all the love in the world, Max. Hopefully, Max can come back from this and it's not too much of a bad injury. Hopefully, he's just pulled something and he'll be fine for the next game. But it's Stupinian. Wes stood up, made a fantastic save. And then not just one save, 2 saves. He makes a fantastic second save as well. And that didn't look like a striker that scored 7 goals this season. I'm pretty sure he's top goal scorer in the whole division as well as Stupinian. So, yeah, it's a fantastic double save from Wes. What a keeper. What an absolute boy. And he gets kicked in the face in the end, I think it was, with that second shot. But yeah, that's it. That's Wes for you. What a goalkeeper he is. And then right at the end of the first half, 49th minute. There's not many 49th minutes in the first half. But in the 49th minute, Estupinian goes to play a through ball. I think it takes a wild deflection off Anel, and it just bobbles over the top of Basham and Baldock. I think it's Irfan. Yeah, Tufan, sorry. Tufan goes one-on-one with Wes Foderingham. And instead of just like kind of chipping it over him like Lyndon Gooch did the other week for Sunderland, Tufan, it's actually easier, in my opinion, than the Lyndon Gooch lob. Wes is out. Wes is trying to put pressure on him, and I think he does, because he tries to. It's already bobbled up. All he needs to do is just lift it over him, and he does, and he lifts it onto the roof of the net. That would have changed everything. That'd have been 1-1, and then we start again. We start again on the 45th minute, like it was the first minute. So yeah, it was very, very lucky, because a couple of times we got caught in that first half, and that was on the 25th and the 49th. And a better team would have put both of those chances away. They really, really would. Now we go into half time. We're quite happy. We've had a lot of the ball. We've had some good chances. Maybe not as many good chances as they had, but we had a few. I think Sander earlier on in the game had a shot from distance that just went wide. it was never troubling Ingram, even though he threw himself across the goal. But yeah, we go into the second half, and all I've really got down here is Iliman Ndiaye in the 52nd minute makes loads and loads of room for himself, but he fires it just straight at the goalkeeper. He did that a lot today, not fire it at the goalkeeper. He did a lot of making loads of room for himself, just like jinking in and out, dropping shoulders, moving away from the man. He's fantastic at that. We just need a little bit more end product in that area where he gets it and he's like, right, I'm going to find the man, or I'm going to smash it in the back of the net. And on the 52nd minute, again, that could have been 2-0, end of the game. But he tried, I don't know what he tries to do, because Ingram is stood at that side. I think there's some players blocking his view from this side of the net, the right-hand side of the net. And Ingram stood at the other side of the net. I think he tries to curl it into the corner, and he curls it just straight at the goalkeeper. Then I've got from the 55th minute to the 70th minute, it was more or less all Hull. Like, we were just absorbing all the pressure. They didn't really create too many great chances in that second half. I don't think they really created one good chance in that second half. They both came in the first half for Hull. But yeah, then the 75th minute hits. Iliman Ndiaye again creates loads of space for himself, and he lays it into Sander Berge. Now, it's almost like Sander didn't expect him to play it where he did. He played it in front of him, and then he was like, oh, yeah, better go for that one. And then gets it. I think he draws the defender in and he pushes it past him, uses his strength to make sure he gets nowhere near him, and just smashes it towards goal. And that's all you can hope for. And that's 2 deflected goals in this game. Don't get me wrong, like, both of them Ingram could have saved, but I love a deflected goal because that means you're having shots, and eventually you will get some of these deflections and they will go your way, because it doesn't seem like we've had many of these lucky deflections for many years, to be honest. I think you make your own luck, and we certainly did today. Great effort from Sander. Like I said, took a deflection, went over Ingram, fired into the corner. It is what it is. We got to take it. We've always got to take it. Now, that was about it, really, to be honest. The Blades, like I said, it was a very professional performance. We weren't really worried at any point in that game. They didn't open us up at all, other than that little, there we go. Oh no, it's still there. My little flick. Oh, well. Other than that little kind of deflected through ball from Estupinian from Anel's foot that landed straight to Tufan. Other than that, they didn't really create anything for me. And the Blades, we didn't create a lot, to be honest, either. But the thing was, it was a professional, comfortable performance with 2 little bits of magic, with the Blades picking up 2 goals from a long-range effort from McBurnie that took a slight deflection. And Sander just driving into that box. That's what we wanted all last season, and we didn't see it too much from Sander. But he did. He drove into that box. He put defenders under pressure. He's like, come and keep up with me. And they couldn't. And he took a pop shot relay from the corner of the box, and took a big deflection, went over the goalkeeper, and happy days. I won't really go through many players. I thought pretty much everyone had an average game today. No one annoyed me with that, messing about with it from that corner. I hate the fact that every time we play, do a clever corner, or a clever corner, quote unquote, every time we do that, it just seems to not work. And then a team goes the other end and nearly scores, or does score. So I'm glad that didn't happen today. But like I said, if that was a better team, or that was a team with more clinical attackers, that would have been a goal. It would have been 1-1, would have been going in. We could have even been 2-1 down at halftime with 2 sloppy bits of play, and Hull getting in twice. But yeah, we rode us luck a bit today. We scored 2 goals. We won the game 2-0. That is all that matters, isn't it, Blades? So Estupinian should have scored. And how is Max Lowe? I don't know how Max Lowe is. Hopefully Max is going to be fine, and we're going to see him for the rest of the season. Kieran Clark is not far from being back, so if Max is injured, hopefully not, touch wood. Hopefully that Kieran Clark will be back and Reece-Davies can play left wing back. But Anel played left centre back today, so I think Anel will be absolutely fine there. I think Bash will be fine there. So yeah, we've got enough players, but at the same time, I think Max was playing fantastically, and so is Reece-Davies at that left centre back spot. So yeah, it will be a bit gutting if Max Lowe is injured after this game. On the way home, loved that Sander kissed a badge at full time. I didn't even see that, Matt. That's fantastic to see. I don't think he ever wants to leave. I think he just wants to play in the Champions League or play in a top division in Europe, not the Belgian League. Not the Belgian League. It's either Champions League or a top division, isn't it? Let's be honest. But he obviously loves the Blades. He obviously loves playing for us. It's just one of those things, isn't it? And hopefully, we will get him or he will get us to the Premier League next season. Absolutely. A great job today. Thank the Lord for deflections. Yes, Ian. We love a deflection, don't we? Noah, hope everyone enjoyed the watch along. Yes. Well done, Noah. Very, very well done, as always. Me and Hal know how much effort goes into watch-alongs, and you've done an absolutely fantastic job, as always. Need Rian Brewster Baby to score now. That would be nice. That would be nice. But Rian looks miles away from scoring a goal at the moment. But at least we've got Ollie McBurnie back firing on all cylinders. What a team squad we have this year. So much confidence throughout. We've got about 12 injuries as well. I think we've got 12 injuries, including Max today. So yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? It really is. But the fact that we've got strength in depth is fantastic. Great season so far. You're not wrong. Ollie Noah poor for 30 minutes, then woke up. Yeah, he. I don't expect Norwood to play well every single week. I don't expect anyone to play well every single week. I want them to play well every single week, but it's difficult to keep that really, really kind of high performance levels week in, week out. It really is. That was a good performance from the Blades. It'd be good to see Brewster start scoring. Blades back on top, and nobody is going to shift us. They're really not. They're really not. It's not very nice to see Norwich scoring loads of goals and playing well at the moment because they had such a bad start to the season. It's annoying that they've just put a few wins together and now they're second. And they were top before we took that back from them, wrestled that back from them. The text calls Bulldog classic. He is. He really, really is. Mate, what's that Hull City striker's name again? Estupinian. Love it. Love it. I hope I said that right. Hope I'm not just making a massive, massive boob myself. James Shibley said, I called it 2-0. Well done, son. Well done. Talk to me about Wes. I've already spoken about Wes. I spoke about Wes at length, but I'm going to say again, what a keeper we have. I was just saying to my dad earlier on, like, I wonder if Wilder realised that when he signed Wes Foderingham, he would end up being our championship goalkeeper for the last 2 seasons and how good he's been. I wonder if he thought that would ever happen, or he's just going to be a backup goalkeeper when whoever's injured. But no, it's great to see Wes playing well. It really, really is. Next week could be a big chance for us to break away from the pack. Norwich versus Burnley and Watford versus Reading. Watford are going to tear Reading apart, I think, to be honest. Hopefully, I'd like to see a team kind of break away with us. So there's 2 of us breaking away, to be honest. I don't know why, but I just feel like when there's 2 of you, it's like there's nothing to chase. Do you know what I mean? So like if you're 6-9 points away from the rest, a lot of other teams may think, oh, well, they're away. But if there's only one team that's kind of breaking away, then everybody else is breaking the next to get that second spot. And then there could be kind of a few teams coming up to challenge for it. But yeah, I don't care if we win the league, if we come second. I want one of those 2. We either win it or we come second. No playoffs unless we can be guaranteed to go up in the playoffs, because I'd love to see United go up in the playoffs one of these days. Important to get our first win away of the season. 2 right, Dave. 2 right. Ryan is saying that we are going to be champions at the end of the season. when Berge drives into the box, he is a Lamborghini Espada. Espada? Is that right? I literally work for a car company and I don't know what that car is. Carl says, can't stop watching that Sander Berge video. What a privilege to see him in a Blade shirt. That is great to hear. It really is. It really is. We love Sander and Sander loves us. Miss you and Hal on the watch along. Oh, thanks, Rick. Appreciate that, mate. Maybe one of these days we will do a throwback watch along. But for now, especially with Hal moving away, I don't think that's going to happen. Wes is the best. We all know that. We've always had good goalkeepers. We went through a little period where we had, who was it now? Simo, Mark Bunn, Alan Fettis, these sorts of goalkeepers who were terrible, but Paddy, Wes, Dean Henderson, even Ramsdale at the back end of his tenure with the Blades. We've had some fantastic goalkeepers. We really have. Don't get carried away with expected to beat Rotherham, Nick. I ain't say anything. I never said that we're going to beat Rotherham. I really didn't. I've got a lot of respect for Rotherham. Rotherham's had a fantastic start to the season. I never said that. I would never say that. I am one of the most negative Blades, so you won't catch me saying we're going to hammer Rotherham. But because we've won this game away from home, I may be slightly more positive about us going away and winning games now, because that was one of the things that I was worried about. I was never worried about our home form, and I know that we're going to draw some games this season. We're probably going to lose a game at home this season at some point, but I was never worried about our home form. I was always worried about the away form, and the fact that we've gone away to Hull and beaten them is great to see. Burnley win, Watford win, and we win at the weekend. We go 4 points clear at the top. That's what we like to hear. And finally, Olsen, best goalkeeper we've ever had. We can't end on that. We can't. Anyway, I'm going to give you a little bit of a monologue before I go. Thank you very much for watching Blades. That was fantastic to see us scrap through a game, manage to find a couple of bits of brilliance, and manage to keep our top of the league position. It's great to see. I sometimes like these victories better than the good victories, because it's like when you're not playing well, and every team sometimes does not play well. Man City, Liverpool both dropped points this weekend. Like there's weekends when you're just not at it. And we weren't at it today, but we managed to fight through that, find a couple of bits of brilliance, and it's great to see the Blades come away with a 2-0 win. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.